What is SEO, search engine optimization? In this video, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of on-page and off-page SEO by helping you just look at some of the Olympians of SEO and reverse engineer, everything ranging from their keywords to how they built their website, to how they built their links, to even how they constructed their landing pages. Let's get started. So I chose a couple easy searches here, or not easy, but high profile searches that would make sense. Let's take a look at those, and I'm going to right click and open those searches up. Just a heads up, over here you'll see my picture, but I've turned off my Google personalization in the link. So I'm I'm seeing kind of the virgin results that you would see. The other thing you can do is always go and open up a new incognito window. Go to Google and type in your searches. This is really good to do so you see what kind of an average searcher would see. You don't see personalized results. So you put in motorcycle insurance and you're going to see, scroll through the ads and then look at your top three, which is 65 to 75% of click volume. So you have Progressive here. That would be our gold medalist. Geico would be our silver medalist. Nationwide would be our bronze medalist. And I've built those searches for you. So I built them for two sort of different related, very high profile competitive areas. So here's personal injury attorney Los Angeles. And I'm going to look at my snack pack results. So it's a localized search. So we have gold, silver, bronze in the snack pack. And then I'm going to ignore like Yelp and FindLaw and look at the ones that are actual companies. So I would say this is sort of my gold, silver, and bronze results there as well. And it just gives you a sense. Okay, so you're going to do some of your searches that are relevant to you that you've identified, and you want to look for those top 1, 2, 3s, and you want to sort of reverse engineer what they're doing to succeed. So your to-do here is, of course, figure out what are the relevant searches. That's your keyword discovery. And then do some of those Google searches and look for those gold, silver, bronze medalists. Okay, now, once we've done that, we can start to reverse engineer what's going on. So let's talk about a quick trick first to just kind of see what are the keywords that they think are important. Okay, so I've identified the gold, silver, bronze here and made nice links to them, so we can just do this really quickly. So let's just pop over to Progressive, which is our gold medalist for the search motorcycle insurance. We're going to right click, view page source. And then we're going to look for 3 tags. And again, don't freak out about tag structure. I explain that in the book in more detail. And we're going to look for the title, description, and keywords tags. So you can see here it's really nicely done. Progressive is a really good SEO site, very easy to understand. So we have our title, and notice how they have motorcycle insurance quotes. That's the transactional search. Insurance, insurer. Then read their meta description, ride with the #1 motorcycle insurance company and get more savings and protection for your money. Get a motorcycle insurance quote and get protected now. Keywords, motorcycle insurance quote. What does that do? Make it transactional. Quotes, plural, best motorcycle insurance. Bike insurance, a synonym. Motorcycle insurance companies. So you can see reverse engineering, title, description, keywords. You can start to see what are the keywords that your Olympians thought were important. Now let's do that for one of our personal injury lawyers that we've selected. So let's go to the DAG or DAG law firm. I have no connection to these companies. I just know that they're doing a good job with their SEO. Doesn't he look like a lawyer that you totally want? I mean, I'm ready. Sign me up. Okay, no, I don't want to talk to a live person. Right click, view page source. And if you have trouble finding them, just go Control F as in Frank, title, and it'll find them. So free consultation, so they're leading with their offer, Los Angeles personal injury lawyer. Now I had put in attorney, lawyer. Let's see if they have the description. So just do description. DAG law firm represents clients who are victims of negligence and suffering devastating injuries, right? And then let's see if they have their keywords. So there's not a lot here that's really going to help you on this one. Let's try another one of these lawyers who's ranking well. Let's try Eline Law Firm. So it's #2. This is our silver medalist. So right click, view page source. Again, if you see a lot of garbage and you're like freaked out, just go Control F, title. Eline Law Firm, personal injury lawyers. Now here's a goodie, accident lawyer. Meta name description. Eline Law Firm, personal injury lawyers are dedicated personal injury law and car accident lawyer. See that nice synonym? Servicing Greater Los Angeles, Northern and Southern California. Consultations are free and confidential. Start to think ahead of what are the actions that they want. They may or may not be using the keywords tag. So that first trick is just to get you to see that these gold, silver, bronze medalists have done some work. They've identified winnable, interesting keywords. All right, now we're going to drill down really quickly into some of the elements that are propelling them to the top. And we're going to look at our on-page and off-page SEO. Now, if you're watching this for the first time, you may not fully understand what we're doing here, but just roughly speaking, I like to use the resume and job search analogy. So on-page SEO, that's like building your resume, your website to talk to Google. It's got to speak Google. If you're looking for a job, you're going to build a resume. The resume is going to have your keywords. If you're working on SEO, you're going to build a website. The website has to have the keywords in the proper position. If you're looking for a job, you're going to have off-page. You're going to have references. Similarly, if you're doing your SEO, you're going to have off-page. You're going to have links and social mentions and reviews to drive you to the top. So it's a really good way to think about it. So just roughly, let's look at the on-page structure of the winning websites. And my book, of course, goes into this in more detail. But let's look at our on-page SEO here. And let's go and let's look at Progressive. Okay, so I'm going to open up Progressive here. I'm going to right-click. I'm going to go View Page Source. And I'm just going to run you through some of their tags. Now, here's a really easy way to do the tags. Go Control F and put in the search that you just put in. So I'm just going to put in here motorcycle insurance, and I'm going to spell it correctly, and you're going to notice that Chrome highlights that, and now I can start to look at those tags, and this is where you're just looking at how did they play their tags. We've already talked about the title, so they put motorcycle insurance quotes into their title, so that's a title tag structure. Let's go down, and over here on the right you can see the yellow. You can just scroll down and see what are they playing. So here's a nice H1 tag, header tag, and close header with the keyword in it. So we can go down and we can just look at how they played it. Notice here how they have a link to motorcycle insurance. This is going to show in their site navigation. I'll show you that in a second. And then if they have an image alt, sometimes the easiest way to find the image alt is alt equals quote. They don't particularly have good image alts on this page. Okay, so you're going to do that for everyone who's sort of winning. Let's go look at our personal injury lawyer people. Let's look at Farrar and Lewis, who's silver medalist in the organic for personal injury lawyer Los Angeles. Okay, so here's the winning page that's ranking. This is our home page. Let's right-click, View Page Source, and let's do Control F as in Frank and type in personal to get personal injury lawyer. And you can see over here on the right, you've got your yellows. So you put in personal injury, look at your right in Chrome to see the little yellows that'll tell you where it's occurring. Then you can see here title, right? And then slash title. There's the meta description. You can see here they're using the all-in-one SEO pack for WordPress. So that's a WordPress plugin. Let's go down and see what it was. A whole bunch of yellow here. That's in their navigation. Let's go down here, see their H2 personal. That's not a good H2 personal injury lawyers. What else have we got here? So you can see they've got visible content. You can also just look at the page itself. So let's do Control F personal and just notice wow, could that not be bigger? Notice how in their visible content, they have spit back the phrase that we searched for. Los Angeles personal injury attorneys. They're not beating around the bush here with Google. They're regurgitating that keyword back to Google. So that's very quick, your on-page SEO. If you don't know anything, you're watching this video for the first time, good way to learn a little on-page SEO is go to Google and Google SEO Starter Guide. That's going to get you to a wonderful PDF produced by Google. And it tells you what to do to set up your web page to talk to Google. So this is an excellent little guide here that you can download, and it's going to go through and tell you what to do. It doesn't tell you everything. It's not perfect. It's a little propagandistic in terms of how it explains what to do, but it does tell you the basics of on-page. It's pretty good. To get in there. So that's actually not the official one, but you can find the official one by looking for for it on Google. I also have it as well. Okay, so that's your on page. Now let's talk about the off page. So these winners have also, they know their keywords, they've optimized their on page, which of course I teach in the classes and in my workbook. They've also optimized their off page. So back to that job analogy, they've built those inbound links. They've thought about their references. Who's going to vouch for you in a job search, right? Your ex-boss, the university president of the auto mechanic school that you went to, et cetera, et cetera. That's your off page. Now, in off page, the big elements here are links and reviews. Those are the really, really important ones. Okay, so now let's take Progressive Insurance, which is one of our winners, right, in the phrase motorcycle insurance, and let's go look at a tool. So I got a couple links to tools here. So we're just reverse engineering, like why are they winning? We're trying to demystify SEO for you. Demystify, how does this game work? What is going on? So let's use a free tool like Open Site Explorer. Obviously a pitch for our toolbook. If you subscribe to our mailing list, you have our toolbook, you have my dashboard, you have the tools that are out there free on the internet. So this is a great tool for free. You can do 3 searches. Let's paste in Progressive. Let's take Progressive. Let's paste in their domain, progressive.com, and let's paste them into Open Site Explorer. And this is going to very quickly give us some cool information. It's going to tell us their domain authority is an 83, and they have about 4,600 other websites that link to them, creating a total of about 40,000 links. So this right here tells you a sense of their off-page strategy. In addition, the tool will tell you who links to them. So you can go and you can see who links to progressive.com. Now, you can't get everything for the free tool, but you can see pretty well. You can get a good sense. So this tells you the oomph that they're getting from their off-page SEO. Now, let's take that for some of our lawyers. Let's take DAG Law Firm, which is a gold medalist, as it were. Oh, I don't want to look at their Google Plus. As a gold medalist of our search here. So let's go look at them. So let's snag their domain. Let's snag their domain. So take that domain, personal injury law, and I'm going to show you a different tool, same difference, gets you in the same place. So again, we're trying to understand, hey, why are they succeeding? So we're going to look here at their off-page SEO, and this is going to tell us, this tool for free is going to tell us they have about 5,700 backlinks, and this tool kind of ranks them on a percentage scale or something. They're 33%. They have about 77 inbound domains. And then again, you can see down here what they're doing, and then here's where you can start to reverse engineer. You can see that this website, which is some sort of a blog, is linking back to that law firm. So you can use these tools to see their off page. Now let's talk for a second about their reviews. Notice when you do a search for personal injury lawyer on Google, sometimes some searches, like motorcycle insurance, is not localized. Personal injury lawyer is localized, especially when you put in a city, right? And notice the review count. So notice the winners, 28, 34, 29 reviews, and start to be a Google detective. Click on that and notice that those 28 reviews are Google reviews, right? Are Google reviews, right? So how shocking. Google rewards companies that have lots of Google reviews. I'm trying to teach you the game of SEO, and I want to put this idea in your head. Did Clayton McEnerney, Robert Apodaca, and Janelle Walker, did they just spontaneously decide to go onto Google and write a review of the DAG law firm? Or possibly, did someone at the law firm say, hey, could you do us a favor? Could you go on Google and write us a review? So the idea to get in your head is the winners. Is Michael Phelps just a great swimmer because he just likes to swim and he just goes and chills in his backyard pool drinking beer on the weekends? I don't think so, right? He's trying very proactively to succeed, and he's very disciplined. And he has lots of tricks and tips and things that he's doing to succeed. Same idea here. I want to submit to you that this law firm has a very assertive strategy of asking their happy customers to write reviews for them, and that those reviews are helping to drive them to the top of Google. Now, it's not a one-to-one correlation. You can see that Eline Law Firm has 34 and they have 28, and actually this one beats that one. There's some strategy here. There's some other factors, but notice again, lots of reviews. So you'll notice that there are lots of reviews for the winner. So what we're noticing here as we're reverse engineering people who are winning, we're seeing off-page SEO, we're seeing lots of links, right? And we're seeing reviews. Now, you can also dig in, and I've got the links for you here on the description. Click over from YouTube. You can see that, surprise, surprise, they also have reviews on Yelp. They also have an active Twitter follower. They also have Google+. They also have Facebook. So they're doing a lot of external to confirm to Google that they're important, they're active, etc. I have a link to a Google Plus page search where you can go to find companies that you're competing with on Google Plus. I also have links to their Google Plus accounts, and I want to point out, let's go and look at the Google Plus account for the GAG law firm here. Click on About, and notice it's been optimized. And notice how there's links from the description on Google Plus to landing pages on the website. So somebody very smart at this law firm or a very smart consultant or SEO company has optimized the Google Plus listing for this law firm, done a great job. That's why they're a gold medalist for that very difficult competitive search. Okay, so that's number 2. We're reverse engineering. Why are people at the top? We're starting to see the game of SEO, how it's played. Keywords, got to know your keywords. On page, got to have your optimized tag structure written into your website. Off-page links, you got to have links, got to have reviews, got to have social mentions on Twitter, on Google+, on Facebook. All of this is working together to propel these people to the top. Finally, let's talk about the landing experience on Google. If they've done a good job, their headline, their title tag will be their headline on Google. Their meta description will be their summary on Google. And then let's look at their landing page. Okay, so let's go back. Let me close out of these guys. And let's go back and let's just notice, let's click over to our search motorcycle insurance. And let's start to make some observations. And notice headline, description on Google. Headline, description. Okay, now notice how I'm going to click from Google to Geico. And notice that it says motorcycle insurance quotes online Geico, and then I want you to see here if you hover motorcycle insurance quotes online pipe character Geico, right click, view page source, find that title tag, and you'll see that the title tag here is the headline on Google. And then look for the meta description tag, Control F description if you have trouble finding it, sometimes it's hard to find. It may not be in use, doesn't have to be used. There it is, it is in use. So see here, get a free online insurance quote from Geico today and see how much you could save. Notice over here on Geico, right? Oh, they actually didn't use it. So they don't always use this. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. This one they are using. So the title is almost always used. The meta description Google can overwrite just a little bit. But I want you to notice how these have some pizzazz to them. Join the #1 insurance. Ride with the #1. Get a free quote. Notice how there's some pizzazz in how the headlines and the descriptions are written. See that pizzazz there? Get free quotes, right? Looking to save money. So they've optimized their content to not only get to the top of Google, but get you excited. Now let's click from Google, right, to one of these landing pages. Let's click over to the Geico page, and I want you to start to think like the landing experience. So in the job search analogy, this is like the job interview. So in this landing experience, I've just clicked over, right? And let's talk about our 3 zones. So the C zone, left to right, is I need to quickly see stuff that confirms I'm in the right spot. I did a search for motorcycle insurance. I see motorcycle insurance. I see some guy on his motorcycle having a happy time. Confirmation, I'm not going to click back. Engagement is, wow, look how awesome they are. Free motorcycle, I want to get a quote. See how this is engaging? And then if you scroll down a little bit, you'll also see engagement. Oh, they're so awesome, they're so smart, it's such a great business, blah, blah, blah. That's your engagement. And then what do they want you to do? start the action. So you want to get in the habit of looking at your competitors, clicking from Google, drawing the CA lines and seeing what you see. Now let's look at the personal injury attorneys. So let's go personal injury lawyer, Los Angeles. And again, so what's in my head as a searcher? I need a personal injury lawyer. So let's look at the Wilshire Law Firm from the snack pack. Let's click from Google over to Wilshire Law Firm. So I'm going to have to go to the website here. So that's going to get me just to the home page. Okay, so I came in under what? Personal injury lawyer. Now let's be a critic of what we see. This is a pretty good landing page. Okay, so I came in on what kind of a search? Personal injury lawyer. So I see legal, right? That's pretty good. It'll be a little bit better if it said lawyer. You can see law firm. And then look at this guy here. Notice what he's wearing. He's not wearing a swimsuit, right? He's not business casual. He's dressed in a suit. Who wears suits in our society today? Politicians and lawyers. Maybe if you go to a funeral. That's it. So visually, this is confirming I'm on a lawyer website, isn't it? Right? Notice here. So the C zone confirms that they're lawyers, right? Now the engagement, passionate. It doesn't say lazy legal experts. It doesn't say totally uninterested, pathetic losers, right? It says passionate, right? This is engagement. Look, we're passionate. We're going to win for you. We're going to do a great job for you. Now, what's the next step? Watch a video. More engagement. What's the action? Free case consultation. So notice how the landing experience of these winners is really awesome in a CEA strategy. Okay. All right. So now let's sort of wrap up what we've learned. And this is a very quick sort of overview as you get started in understanding the world of SEO. So what have we learned? So first of all, we've learned we have to know our keywords. We're going to do a few keyword searches. We're going to choose competitors to engineer. We're going to look at the top 3, gold, silver, bronze. Those are our gold medalists in any industry, and we're going to learn from them. Just like Michael Phelps probably watches videos all day long of his competitors, and he's constantly learning, constantly improving, or at least until he retired, right? Any good athlete will be doing that. We're going to realize there's big aspects of this game. There's the on-page. How do they build their website? You can certainly buy my book. That will explain a lot of this. You can go and watch or look for the Google SEO Starter Guide. You can register for the free materials on our website to get to the toolbook, and that'll give you some more free materials. Secondly, we've learned that links, that off-page matter. We've learned we can use tools like Open Site Explorer or Open Link Profiler to reverse engineer who links to whom on the internet. We've also learned that reviews matter a lot, and I've put this bug in your head, this idea that it's not accidental, that all of these law firms are somehow, some way, proactively cajoling, begging, pushing, hey, could you do us a favor, write us a review on Google, write us a review on Yelp. They're motivating those happy customers to write reviews. That's probably what's going to happen. I mean, please don't sue me, they're lawyers. I don't know this for sure, but let's think about this. Do you think that this is just spontaneous, what's happening? I don't think so. And that's fine. That's just how they're good. Admire them. This is an admiration, right? They're doing a great job. Finally, we've learned the landing experience is so important. The title tag of meta description controls the headline on Google, the summary on Google, and then we've learned to use the CEA model to look at those landing experiences, confirmation, engagement, action, to look at our competition and see are they doing a good job. So to sum up, what are you waiting for? Once you start to see it as a game, this is a really awesome way to increase the leads flowing into your business. Just a little bit of education about how search engine optimization works, and you can really blow it out of the park. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. If you have questions, put them in the YouTube description or send me an email.